Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Damn, Walk looks mad different in that title card. Now,
What?
his beard, your beard was
Oh,
way
the title
different.
card?
Yeah, your
We all
haircut
look
was
mad
different.
different
You
in that
actually you
picture.
had hair and it was
Yeah,
curly. on
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
Anyways, let's do a quick count in.
It's that one. All right. 3, 2, 1. Cool. Yeah, no, I every time I see that, I'm like, oh, I think I could probably grow it up and pull that off.
Pull that off again. Yeah, pull that
I was
off.
looking at something too, thinking like, oh, I could probably like grow the top as much as possible and get like waves, because for you to get like actual waves, you need to grow it out. Like it needs to be like probably like that long, and then you push it forward and like brush it to get those waves. I was like, oh, I could probably get away with that. Because
If that Asian dude could get waves, then they could hook your shit up.
they
That was crazy.
That shit was crazy. Yeah,
That was why it looked good. Honestly, I was impressed.
That was the Japanese waves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Puerto
wild.
Rican waves. Or get that Puerto Rican comb over shit. A lot of Puerto Ricans do that shit where they, if they're balding, they grow their hair long, but it only works with straight hair. It doesn't work with the curly hair that I have, but it grows long, and then they line it up like across from the, you know what I mean?
Catch a breeze though, and it flaps
like
it back. Son.
It's
That's wild.
like a back front comb over.
Yeah,
like a Trump, son. That's a Puerto Rican Trump.
It's a Trump. It's a Puerto Rican Trump.
There's quite a few of them that do that shit. Like Anuel does it, and then there's that one video of Farruko when he was performing, and the fucking hair thing went off, and did that, and like his hair was just standing straight up, bro, and he was bald as fuck.
Miss me with. I'm shaving my shit that night, son. It's all gone.
Yo, and he just like kind of laughed and pushed it down. I'm like, man, that's rough. But now they all going to Turkey, so it don't even.
I was about to say that's the spot. I hear.
Yeah, I like watching those videos on TikTok. They're
Dude's head swelling up and shit. I did see that recently.
Point of view, you're flying home from Turkey, and it's just mad dudes with fucking
headbands and
pillows and fucking padding on their shit, you know, like gauze. They all had that transplant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it's the opposite side when you fly home from Brazil
just fat booty spilling over the seat.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bunch of girls sitting on donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I believe that shit. That's crazy. Oh, let me make sure everything is recorded. I forgot to record fucking video just in case, because it's already a dealing with ambiguity kind of episode. So,
all right.
You know, that's what we do. 5 years, 246 episodes, and we still got to deal with fucking ambiguity. So,
hey, never goes away.
Yeah. Now, before we start the show and I get into all that, all the shit, I don't even know if I should talk about this now, but fuck it. I'll bring it up. What the fuck is with this new trend of a trailer for a trailer? Like, why? Like, if you already announced that the trailer is dropping on this day,
a teaser
trailer is dropping on this day. Why the day before release the teaser for the teaser? Like, it's been very annoying to when that shit happens.
You don't like being teased?
Not to that extent.
I mean, what did they release again? What was the teaser?
For Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, what was it? I don't remember. Was it a like a
It was
movie,
the
or was
one
it a
that we saw.
screenshot?
That was the
With the
that
laugh
had
track.
the little kids.
Oh, the laugh track one. Yes.
Yeah. And all it said was trailer tomorrow. Same thing with Superman.
Yeah,
We got a bunch of people looking up.
got
and
the
like,
teaser for the teaser. Because
Oh,
that's not even a trailer, right? Like that's a
trailer
teaser.
tomorrow.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a teaser for a teaser.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the teaser for the teaser doesn't have any footage at all. It's just trying to get you hyped for tomorrow's trailer.
I mean, honestly, it worked. Though. It got me hyped. I was like, "Shit, that's right. Trailer's tomorrow. I can't wait." Like it did it worked on me. I guess.
I guess.
Bitch.
I guess I can see that now for like social media purposes.
Motherfuckers, because ain't nobody.
Make sure
not all on there like us.
Tune in and shit. But
Yeah. It's like if we were about to go live, we'd be like, "Yo, tomorrow, be ready. We going." Just to stick in their brains a little bit.
If we're about to go live and I tell people, "Yo, tomorrow, like we're gonna do this thing," like I think that's completely different than us producing an entire fucking like a teaser.
I mean, they didn't really put much thought into it with that generic ass laugh track. So someone,
I know,
intern slapped that bitch together and was like, "Here you go, let's send it out." That's all good. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
it don't really piss me off. I just don't watch it, dog. If you're not feeling it, don't fuck with it.
No, I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, why is that a trend now? I'm seeing it more.
Where did that start? Can you think of the first?
It's only a giant, the big massive movies. Only one I could think of off the top of my head was Superman did it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think anything of it, but now that it happened again for Fantastic Four, I'm like, wait,
something to keep an eye on.
Why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a couple of days, if there's more leeway, maybe I'm not as annoyed by it. But literally,
it was like within 12 hours.
Yeah, you announce, hey, Tuesday, this is dropping at 7 a.m. Cool. And then the day before, it's like Fantastic Four. You're like, oh, am I getting the exclusive? Nope. It's just a teaser for the teaser.
Am I getting the exclusive?
Did they fuck up? Did they fuck up? Nope. Teaser for the teaser.
It's all good. Get you hype.
Get my hopes up. But it worked.
Yeah. The teaser for the teaser for the trailer for the teaser.
Yeah. I don't need all that.
It's a little overdone.
Yeah, I don't need all that. You ain't got to give me that.
I feel like I would take that over like how it used to be, where you'd get those teasers where it was just like them panning the title in some weird font or some stupid shit like that. I hated that bullshit so much. So I'll take the teaser over that bullshit any day.
I guess you're right about that one. We lived through some bullshit.
More to come, hopefully.
More to come. Yeah, fuck all that. All right, let's get into episode 246. All right, let's do it.
246.
Here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Brown cow.
Insensitive culture, the podcast.
Brown cow.
Check it out, homie.
Everyone, welcome to episode 246 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy on the other end.
And that fool Blazer, what, Ramon?
Man, he's on the other end. You know who he is. You know who we be.
Insensitive culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Hopefully you know who we be.
Check it out.
Check it out. Oh, this is going to be a good episode. We got some good things to talk about. Probably going to be a Hollywood heavy episode. Johnny looks like he is he's definitely somewhere else and
on site and on location.
But but I still like it. We good. I like that background for some reason. It's
very
right.
Navajo. You're deep in the heart of Texas.
It is bad. Navajo, you said?
I'm getting like native themes.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see.
I could see the vibe you're thinking. It's just an I don't even know how you pronounce this. Aloft. I don't know. It's just an
Ooh.
Aloft hotel. And
Aloft.
they kind of all look like this. But now we chilling. I'm in deep in the heart of Texas.
Stars at
I'm
night.
always
Austin this
Pee Wee
week.
Herman for some reason.
Austin.
It's the only part of Texas that people won't let you say you're in Texas.
Damn, that's probably a good thing.
Oh.
It's for people like me, it is.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I
That
was talking,
they won't let you say it?
like they don't like to claim that they're Texas.
It's a liberal. It's a liberal.
This is not
Texas
Texas.
state.
This is Austin, because everybody associates Texas with cows and guns and racism. And here you just got guns and cows.
Gotcha.
And a little bit of racism.
Just a little bit.
America.
Just a little bit.
That's right.
America. That's right. We're in the heart of America.
We're
Where
America.
it all is. I'm in Elon Town. That's where I'm at right now.
Damn.
Must be nice.
See Tom Segura out there too, right? I think he's in Austin.
Oh, they're all.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what's happening because I don't know that they tell you ahead of time, but I am going to the mothership tomorrow.
Nice.
And I hope that's going to
nice.
be fun times. I don't think they tell you who's performing ahead of time, though. That's like kind
Nah,
of
I
their,
don't think so.
their shtick, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You find out when you're there, because they like to
Hopefully
have
it's
a lot of
good.
people who have probably generally been banned from like other places. They don't give a fuck.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Keep it-
I know that joining me is a couple of super anti-Trump people. So I'm more excited to see because I'm obviously very anti-Trump, but I don't give a fuck when it's a comedian on stage, right? Like I expect them to say whatever. And I'm sure they will, based on who owns the joint and the type of people he typically has there. But that's fine. Like I'm sure it'll be funny and enjoyable. However, some of the people that are joining me, I don't know how they're gonna react to that, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that reaction.
Yeah,
the fun.
Yeah, it's half the experience.
Yeah,
actually, one of the dudes didn't even want to accept the ticket because he thought it was a band. Like, I don't want to go see that band, the mothership. What the fuck is that?
Nah, I would fuck with the mothership. You got to go, man, because you could. It could literally be anybody. You could be there, and Chappelle just decided to pop up.
You have no idea what's gonna go, which I think is dope. So I'm with it.
Yeah,
I've heard that story from Rogan a few times where he said like literally everyone had thrown their shit on and were ready to walk out. They were already walking out, and Dave shows up and he's like, "Hey, you mind if I do a set?"
What are you gonna say to Chappelle?
Yeah. He was like, and then he was like, we ran up there like, yo, everybody, put your stuff back on. Go sit down. Dave Chappelle. He was like, and then he did like another fucking hour and a half.
Oh, that's what's crazy. Up, bro. That is crazy. That'd be sick.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, so
what the fuck is Dave doing in Austin, anyways? But whatever. That's cool. I hope something cool like that happens.
Word.
Yeah, it would be.
Let us know.
Word.
I shall report back.
All right, man. Let's get right to it because we ain't got no time to waste.
Question.
Fellas, which profession do you think attracts the most assholes?
Sales.
Okay.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's why I could never. I tried it, and I'm not an asshole enough.
Yeah.
No, for dead ass. I mean, any type of sales. Like, I did do it. I used to work for AT&T over the phone.
AT&T sales, brutal.
One of the things that they used to have you try to do is bundles, right? Because you had to meet a quota. And in order to meet that quota, what you would do is the phone is free. The phone at that time, we used to give away like free phones and shit. So the phone would be free. And what you would do in order to get that sale is you add in a headset and say like, hey, the phone is $29.99, but we're going to throw in this headset. You know what I mean? So you get that for free, but really the phone was free and I just charged you for that headset.
That sounds like a good deal for a phone.
That sounds like lying.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. But that's exactly, and they wouldn't give a fuck about that.
That's
Because
like I
they would
said,
encourage
sounds
that.
like a good deal.
Right.
30, like these days, especially when phones are like $1,000 de facto.
Yeah.
$30,
word.
shit. And I get a headset. Good looks. And my guy, they probably give you a good ass survey and shit too. Like, yo, walk, man. He hooked it up. Motherfuckers are just dying reading them shits.
Car salesmen, I see that all the time. Like, oh, post up a picture of just saying like, oh, congratulations on this amazing investment you made. This is like, that's not a car is like,
It's not an investment.
That's not an investment. You're not making any money back on that. It's just like little shit like that. And like not knocking anybody who does it, and that's just a lower level, right? Where it's just like you have to embellish the truth a little bit.
Wolf of Wall Street type shit, selling penny stocks.
Yeah, exactly. But you get up there, bro. They're just straight up savages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man.
That's good. That's good. I had a couple, but I wanted to hear what Johnny had. I don't want to take his.
Well, I mean, I think my immediate assumption and jump went straight to law enforcement, aka cops.
For sure.
But I readjusted it to security.
Ooh.
Security guards.
Tough guy syndrome. Bouncers.
Yeah.
People that didn't make it to cops. Bouncers also included with that.
That's tough, dude, because there's a low bar to be a cop, bro. Like it's not that difficult to do.
Yeah.
Those guys got a chip on their shoulder for sure.
Super chip on their shoulder. And 90% of the time, security almost anywhere is an asshole. TSA, freaking club bouncers, or
what about corrections?
Bouncers in general. Correction officers also probably worst. They might be the worst of the entire bunch, honestly. Because also, I mean, I give them a little bit of leeway because they deal with like the worst people.
You kind of got to be a dick there, right?
They take it. It's like they teach you to be a dick because you're dealing with the worst people.
Right.
And then they go overboard with the dickness and just go hardcore super dick.
Right. Like longest yard, those dudes.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think of asshole Theos.
So many examples.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. That's where I'm going. I feel like
that's a real good
people that have that power trip and weren't yet, don't have the power to actually arrest you, but think that they have the enough power.
They have some sort of power over you.
Will influence you to think that you'll get arrested or something along those.
Rent a cop as
any sort of trouble. Those dudes.
Do you ever watch the videos on YouTube of people impersonating police officers that get caught by actual police officers? Bro, those are the best. That's like top 3 YouTube watches, dude. Impersonators getting caught. Especially there's a dude that I saw, he pulled over an off-duty cop impersonating a police officer. Like I can't even imagine. Like, what do you even do? Like, you're fucked.
The balls.
You're fucked at that. Yeah, dude. Seriously, like something wrong upstairs, dude. You're gonna go around like that.
Obviously, there's something wrong with you to be pulling people over anyways.
That's what I'm saying.
Uniform.
That's what I'm saying.
Who also is like major fucking assholes?
Hey, can I go first before
Bus
you?
Drivers.
That was my god. No, I'm
No.
It wasn't. That wasn't.
I only said that because Leo's watching. He's a bus driver.
Fucking bus drivers.
Fucking bus drivers.
Actually, when I was a kid, dude, in like 5th grade, I had a school bus driver, and when we got loud and rowdy, she would fucking slam on the brakes, bro, and all of our shits would get fucked up on the seat in
I
front
was
of us,
joking,
dog.
but I'm also not wrong.
I mean, they deal with a lot of bullshit. I see them videos. They're fighting homeless dudes off the bus and shit. Like, it's got to get wild, dog.
Oh,
You
that's
gotta be
hilarious.
hard.
You gotta be gully to drive a city bus, man.
Word.
Motherfuckers will test you, yo.
I was gonna say law enforcement too, like cop, because every cop, even when they're not, on duty, like if you're talking to someone who is a cop, even if they're just like at a party or something, like you can tell that's a fucking cop. They just have that dickhead speak, the way they talk to you, the way they interact, with everything. Like that's fucking cop. But I thought, like, I've been working in IT for many, many years. And I have come across numerous, developers, engineers, these dudes that fucking work by themselves and have no people or interpersonal skills whatsoever. At my last job, there was this dude who he was a brilliant dude, but he was the biggest cocksucker ever. And like, I would try to be nice to him because like, that's somebody you work with. Like you have to see them. I heard it was his birthday, right? I see him on his birthday and I say, hey man, happy birthday. This motherfucker looks me dead in my eyes and says, okay. What? I was fucking speechless. I just walked away. I was like, I don't know
He
what
said,
the fuck
okay?
Okay. Not a thanks,
What
not a
kind
head
of
nod.
answer is that?
Okay. A fucking antisocial ass child who just has never interacted with people ever. Like it.
You said this was a developer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Same, bro. Cause I'm in IT too. So at my last job, I had this one dude. Same thing. He was a wannabe developer, right? He's a code dude. He's the regular IT person, but he's like dreaming.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how my dude was. Like he wasn't just straight doing developer stuff. Like they would make him do bullshit too, but they also gave him high level project shit. So I knew he was still a smart dude.
Yeah. No, he's a smart dude, but he would do some wild ass shit. He would say some shit like that, like because he's a veteran and shit, and he would get like angry at people, like if it's Veterans Day, or no, what was the one for fallen soldiers?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. If on Memorial Day, if someone, God forbid, told him thank you for your service on Memorial Day,
oh my God, but that's all anybody in the service, bro. They'll go in on you for that.
I get that, but he
was extra cocksucker-ish about it.
That every single day, I would just want to, like, I would think like I'm rubbing this dude wrong or some shit because he just had a fucking attitude, and I'm just like, hey man, and he was my only contact here because the actual home base was in SF. So my manager and no one else on my team would show up until 3-4 hours later, and he's my only dude, and he's sitting here with a fucking angry ass look on his face. Same type shit. Like some days he was pleasant, some days just completely like, yeah, don't fucking talk to me, man.
He sounded like Jesse Ventura. He's like, I got dogs in the bar.
Yeah, got dogs
in the bar.
Have you ever been to the Denver airport?
That's pretty fucking good, dude. I like that. That was respect. Bro.
That was a good one.
That was off the cuff, dude. You practice your Jesse Ventura on the reg, dude?
Never.
That was dope. That was dope.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I probably should.
I would hone that in, bro. You should rein that in. That'd be like Frank Caliendo level shit if you could get that right.
Oh man, sometimes you just stumble across the good ones.
I don't even know if we should show this one, but
oh man.
Lucky
yeah, that's facts. I feel that. I feel that, man.
Feel that. I've definitely ridden many city public bus And yeah, sometimes those folks
Tripping.
be tripping.
They be tripping.
I mean, not literally because they can't.
Well, I mean, they're on
Oh,
wheels.
they be rolling.
They be rolling.
And hating.
Mad hating.
Mad hating, yeah. Handicap.
Man.
They're haters, though. I'll say it. They be hating.
They be
They jealous. They jealous. I get it. I would be too, son. I'd be pissed as a bitch.
mad at everybody who can.
Facts. I'd be like Lieutenant Dan, son. That's how I would be. Just heated. Like before the end of the movie, before he married that chick, pissed off, drunk, smacking prostitute.
All right. What's the next one?
Oh shit. Think about Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, we got
over
other
here.
shit to talk about.
All right, so we all fuck with Severance. Johnny hasn't watched the most recent episode. The premise of the show basically is that they have a procedure, that can separate your memories from when you're not at work from when you are, and you one has no recollection of the other.
Sure.
Do you think that if your significant other was severed, do you think it would be dope, or would you even want to meet their severed counterpart, or any, as they refer to them in the show? Is that something you'd be interested in?
So if like my girl worked as a severed, was a severed employee, would I want her to meet me? Like, would I want to meet her?
Yes, that is a long way of putting it.
Yeah. My bad. Just making sure that I understood.
I'm confused now.
I know.
No, I'm good. I was fucking with you.
I was thinking about that.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know how I would feel, right? Because I know it's a stupid thing to think about. Be like, yo, but what if she feeling him more than she feeling me? Like,
right.
What if she feeling me, feeling him more than she feeling me? And I understand that it's still me,
right?
But now they're gonna concoct this crazy ass plan to make the outie.
Would y'all be cheating on each other? Yeah.
Right? Is she gonna start sneaking off to meet me while I'm at work?
While I'm severed, me clapping cheeks in the family meeting room?
Yeah.
That's wild, son. That's a severed episode that I would fuck with.
That's another question. Should I be mad about that? It's still me. She's coming to meet me at work, but it's just not me.
Oh wait, you're both severed in this scenario?
No. He's not severed. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking it the other way.
You fucking
no, but I was
her other. So you fucking her innie and
her outie, son. They both getting it.
That might.
They don't know.
That's like for you, but would she be mad about that? But that was my that was my natural thought. Like thinking of this, like if it were the other way around,
if you were the severed,
I'd be mad about this. You know what I mean? So would I want to meet the end? I don't believe that I would have any kind of
want or just this totally other person. You just wouldn't be curious at all.
I don't even think I would think about it. Like, like the same way that we go to work and then we just go home. It's just the only difference is I can't contact them. I can't contact her when she goes to work, but she doesn't know what she's doing. So, I don't know. I don't think I would, unless she comes home knocked up and it's not mine. Then it's
shit.
All right, well, you know what I mean? Like inner.
That'd be wild.
Didn't that happen?
Yo, imagine.
Didn't that happen on the show?
Nah, nobody got pregnant down there.
I could have sworn. No, not anyone directly in there, but I thought that was one of the conversations in the first season.
Oh, was it? Johnny watched the first season more recently. I haven't watched it since it aired.
There was not someone in the program, but there was the senator's wife that was pregnant, and only got severed when she was delivering babies.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
when she was in labor. I don't.
Yeah,
they
no,
didn't really specify
that
like
too.
when
I remember
she
that plot
switched,
line.
but there was like she met his sister at the labor camp or whatever. Labor
Right,
camp.
and
That's
then she
terrible.
acted like she didn't
But
know
the
her.
delivery camp or whatever, and she was like, yeah, they had like this whole conversation, and then she seen her like a month or two later, and she was like, hey, what's going on? And she was like, oh, yeah, sure, yeah, you totally are familiar, but didn't have any recollection.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she only switched during like delivery, or if like the entire pregnancy she was the innie, quote unquote, or whatever. But either way,
I thought at some point they referenced exactly what I said. Like, you know, so
Somebody getting their shit knocked
well, yeah,
up.
they go to work. They go to work. They don't know who the fuck you are. They just know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so they, you know, they fall in love in work because they don't know anyone on the outside. So they're in a fucking closet somewhere, not knowing that you exist. And yeah, she comes home and she's knocked up and baby's born, doesn't look a fucking thing like you, doesn't share your
Yeah.
DNA. Like that's crazy. So
that would be nuts.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Anyway, yeah.
I
Back to the question. My bad.
I would probably be curious. Like curiosity is my problem.
Word.
In all things in life. And so I would be very curious to know. Well, at start, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? Like, oh, you got a new job. Oh, you're doing this new procedure thing to do it. Okay. I'm not sure I get that reference to Chris Benoit.
He was saying that if she comes home pregnant and it's not his,
He does the wrestler.
Chris Benoit.
Chris
Got you.
Benoit, yeah.
We don't need that.
So yeah, so like at first I would probably not care, or I wouldn't think about it. But I might, like, especially like the stuff that happens in the show, like once they had the like switch up where they're public and they start telling you shit.
And she said some wild shit, and you're like, yo, I need to see what the fuck is going on.
Now I'm super curious. Now I want to know what the fuck is going on down there. And I want to know. Now I definitely feel like I should meet you, or I should talk to you, or
I
want to know what's going on.
Specific situation to be like, yeah, no, I need to talk to this person.
Yeah. But like it seemed like everyone, like of the main characters, had like some trauma in their life, except for homie with the beard. I can't remember his character's name right now.
Dylan G.
Yeah, Dylan G's character. Like he seems like he has a normal family life at home.
Yeah.
What the fuck drove him to like get severed at work? Like that's a wild. I feel like that's a wild. So something must have happened to make his wife just like, or his partner. I don't know that they've even said if he has a wife or not, but whatever his partner is, like something must have happened to make him feel like this is a good move, that I want to be completely, incapacitated for the 8 hours that I'm at work. Or maybe he just fucking hates working and he's like, yeah, this sounds dope. And you're gonna pay me a shit ton of money and I don't gotta think about work. I just like wake up and go to work, and then when I next time I'm
done with
awake,
working, that's
done working.
Fire.
That sounds kind of dope, and I get a paycheck at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like you don't even have a job,
the worst
right?
thing in the world.
It does not.
Nah, it does
not.
No.
But not knowing or understanding that there's a whole different you happening that has a whole different personality.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody really
would care.
Like gets that, right?
Yeah.
And so
we only know because we watch the show and we know what entails and what could happen.
Right. But you might, as the employee, you might think, all right, I get severed, But when I'm down there, it's still me. I just don't remember it.
Right. But it's
You
have
might
no
not
idea.
realize that a whole different you.
All
Right?
you
It's
care
like
about-
having a split personality.
All you care about is the fact that you go into that elevator, and the next thing you know, you're right back out of that
You're
elevator.
getting out that
Right.
elevator.
You
and there's a
live
paycheck.
there. Like that's all you.
and you get a paycheck. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you fucking. But like, imagine being a severed person too. Like, just that's all you know. You come out of that
Yeah.
elevator every day. You have nothing else but that work. I don't know how that is taxing, but
That'd be wild.
either way, I definitely would want to meet them. I feel like you said, probably not at first, and I don't necessarily know that I would need like some sort of crazy fucking overtime clause thing to happen, but like I feel like, you know, once I read on it more, like, because like you said, at first you don't really know, but I feel like that's something I would look into more, because like that's a crazy procedure to have. So I feel like I would do some sort of research into it, you know, before or, you know, while it was happening, just so I knew like what to expect. And then once you find out, this is a fucking, if you find out that it's a different fucking person, I'd just be curious. Like you said, just, you know, quick 20-minute, hey, how you doing? You don't recognize, like one of those. Like I feel like that'd be wild just to see, you know, if what she was like. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to think about, and it's something I'll never have to deal with. But if it did happen, I would want to see what's up.
Would you be tempted to see if you could pull her again?
Oh, 100%. That's like 90% of the reason I would go down there, dog, just to see if I could like flirt with her and shit. And like, she don't know me. I'm nobody. I'd be like, hey, like,
can you imagine that though? You go to meet your severed, your
severed significant other, and they're busted. You're like,
No, no, and they're just not attracted to you at all. Like,
ooh, even worse.
Like, completely.
Like, yo, get the fuck away from me. Who
off.
are you?
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're repulsed by you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I'm like, all right, unsever him. Good. Get her out of here.
Trauma did my girls
reintegrate
go through that. She
she
was attracted to me.
some reintegration going. Like, yeah, that's right. All this shit, you be hitting this shit on the outside. You know what I'm saying? That's you right here. Shit.
You be loving this.
Show her them kids. Be like, yo, I hit, son. You see what?
Yeah, we
go
have
back to work.
We have
go back to work. I'm done here. Meal check.
Not only did I hit, but I nutted
come
in
get this
everything.
bitch. Come get this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Late, bitch. Gotcha.
She's not my wife, so I could call her a bitch, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Bitch. So she gets reintegrated and fucking then you never know. She'll be like, what did you say to me? Like, you in some trouble. So I'll keep it legit while you're down there. Don't be too crazy. All right, last question. On a whole, which movie franchise do you guys think is the best? Mission Impossible franchise? Jason Bourne franchise? Terminator franchise? Matrix franchise? Franchise. And I know they each kind of got some gems in there, but we're looking big picture here.
As a whole, I'm gonna have to go Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible, because it's a pretty consistent.
Yeah,
and we always say this, that those actually tend to get a little better. They kind of top.
They've gotten better over the years. They started off hard.
I think that's the only real answer, honestly. Because like
first off, they have the most amount of movies, so it's a really long franchise.
And
all
the
the
fact
rest of
that
them,
they're
I
keep
think, are only
bangers
trilogies.
Like that, I
right?
think that does make it more impressive.
And every single one has pretty much been a banger. Maybe there was like one or two slightly in the middle, maybe like between 3 and 5 were a little lackluster, but still good.
Still good.
Just
on
not
their own.
like the bangers. But then once they got back in like 6, 7, and 8 or whatever the fuck they're on, like the last 3 have been killing. The next one, it looks like it's gonna also be killer. And and it like I think probably the most important thing is what you just said. The consistency is that they haven't really changed the formula. It's been strictly on point with the same formula. You almost always see him take his face off. Like they throw that in every movie that he has to change his face and remove his face. Like,
Yeah.
and that's a trope that works and everyone loves it and they eat it up. But more so the story just builds and builds and builds and builds. And it I won't say never, but it rarely felt pushed or cheesy or anything. Now all of these are amazing franchises or trilogies, but I think Mission Impossible probably goes the hardest amongst those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have to agree for all the reasons he stated. Because, and I guess second, Terminator for me has just been there's too many movies in there that tarnish that. It kind of feels like it's being overdone. They had an opportunity to make it something like great, but they just keep like you'll get like a decent one in there every now and again, but there's just way too many that just are lacklusters to be that.
So I thought the same thing about Terminator. And for the sake of argument, I am going to argue for the Terminator franchise.
Sure.
Obviously, a big chunk of that is Terminator 2, one of the best movies of all time. I mean, inspiring filmmakers, future films, just a masterpiece all around. And the first Terminator for its time, kick-ass fucking action movie in the 80s. That was not a bad movie, but obviously Terminator 2 was so good. It overshadows it a lot of the time. And then like you said, they messed with sort of the timelines of some of those movies. So like Terminator 3 came out, it had that hot chick Terminator in it. And by itself, if you didn't know anything about Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, I feel like the movies that followed, even the Christian Bale one with what's his name, Joel Edgerton. Yeah. Like I said, these movies on their own, like they stand as pretty badass action movies. Like if you're looking for a whole, consistent timeline, that is something all the Terminator fans wanted. But first two movies, fucking spectacular. The rest of the movies, definitely good, watchable action movies. The last one that actually had Arnold and fucking Linda Hamilton.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
They were good. And I heard they want to do more. Terminator released some badass anime on Netflix. That actually was super, super dope. And obviously I won't lump that into the movie franchise because that's what I'm talking about. But that I think that the Terminator property in general for me, and it's just something that I've fucked with since I was a little kid. Before all of these, like Terminator has held a place in my heart. So I argue Terminator.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't push back. That would probably be my second choice. And I think you're right. I did forget about the follow-ons. And yeah, the last two, I won't agree with you on part 3. I don't even think as a standalone it was that great.
I liked Nick Stahl.
I think the last
thought
two
he was
were
cool.
pretty good.
No, that's fair. Claire Danes was good. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
I don't even remember part 3. That's how much.
Rewatch it. Go ahead. When's the last time you guys actually rewatched Terminator 3?
It's been a minute.
He's got the minigun with the casket on his arm, bro.
I
was thinking for my second one was gonna be
Jason Bourne.
Yeah. Just because all 3 of them were solid movies.
It was 4, right?
Was it 4?
Oh, 4 or 5, bro. There was mad.
Yeah, it might be 4 or 5.
There's the fucking Hawkeye one.
It was just
that's true too. That's a
it was just
he was a Mission
movie. It was a movie series where when it comes out, you question, is it still going to be good? And it's pretty fucking solid. So
the fighting in the first book, nobody was fighting like that I remember in movies. The way like Matt Damon was just going in, like the quick cuts like that and shit, the jerky camera, bro. Like
Yeah.
That was legit when it came out because, like I said, you didn't
sure.
see that, dude, and that just seemed ultra like raw and hard, dude. When you watch the Bourne movies as a kid, you're like, fuck, dude, it's
Yeah.
fucking shit up right now. He had the paper, he had like a rolled up paper and a pen and shit, dude. Crazy, it's crazy.
Yeah. Since then, it kind of paved the way for those type of movies like the fucking Equalizer and John Wick.
Yeah, for
that.
sure. I'm putting the Matrix at the
so.
bottom. Like that rounds
Yeah,
out
the
the
Matrix-
Terminator, Mission
Matrix-
Impossible, Bourne, Matrix. Like, sorry.
No,
Yeah, Matrix definitely at the bottom.
I love
2 and 3 fucked it up.
Love the Matrix 2 and 3. I used to love part 2, even though, and I even back then I would have admitted that the fucking CGI was terrible.
Yeah.
Even for that time. So let alone now, where it just looks like a video game, like random scenes that just look like video game animations. It was rough. So 2 and 3 just weren't the best, and then they really fucking ruined it with this last one, this fourth one. Like,
that was
made no fucking sense. Why?
We watched that in the theater too. We're just like, fuck.
Yeah,
we really thought that movie was gonna fuck.
We did. We were hoping.
I remember it wasn't even my thing to want to go see it in the theater, but I forgot who asked to go. We were like, yeah,
It was
fuck it.
probably me.
That was IMAX. That was the first IMAX movie that I had seen. And that was dope.
That was fucking. I just remember like fighting my sleep.
It's after the holidays too, if I
I
recall.
was just like, oh shit.
Wait a minute. Did you say that was the first IMAX movie you ever saw?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Was the fourth Matrix movie
Yeah.
that came out in like 2021?
I didn't need all the hullabaloo when I went to the theater. Lucky my ass was at the theater. I'm gonna fucking go to some
I
Dolby
understand. It's just
HD
there's been
bullshit.
like
Yeah,
IMAX movies since like 2001.
I never made it to Tinseltown. I saw some 3D movies. Those are tight. What did I see in 3D? I accidentally bought 3D to Deadpool and Wolverine, bro. That shit was actually legit.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, I fuck with IMAX, man.
Forgot that
They gave me the glasses. I was like, what? Fuck. I was so pissed.
I remember watching Beowulf in IMAX.
What the
I
Beowulf?
sure as hell watch Beowulf
Ray
in
Winstone?
IMAX too.
In IMAX, yeah, IMAX 3D. The 3D was dope as bitch. Like I remember, because they made it for that, so that made the movie actually like very watchable.
That movie,
Bro, theaters.
Yeah.
Theaters had it too good, son. Theaters had it too good back, and they could get your ass to the theater for any fucking movie.
Yeah.
They need to work for that
But,
shit today.
So Beowulf,
Beowulf's coming out.
just to fucking
Crazy, dude.
defend the viewing of it for a second. It was one of the first like full CGI movies. It was like right around the time of Polar Express. It was like Polar Express and Beowulf, I think, came around the same year or maybe 1 year after the other.
Yeah.
And Beowulf was like one of the first like full CGI with motion cap movies.
Yeah, looked like the fucking actors.
And it looked like the people. Like it was also Final Fantasy had one that was like that, but I don't think it was motion cap. I think the Final Fantasy movie wasn't motion cap. I think it was just straight up CGI. I think Beowulf was the first like motion cap CGI fully animated film, and it was kind of like, this is new tech, this is new shit, this is the future of movies or whatever we thought at the time. And it was like, of course I'm gonna go. And
I'm not gonna lie,
and possibly I might have gotten a free pass from Ali's girl at the time. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I think that it was a free pass.
I got you.
Yeah, it was a screener. Because I even saw The Dark Knight before it dropped on one of those screeners in IMAX too.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, we saw mad movies in IMAX on those screeners.
Yeah. Leo says, what about the Underworld series?
That was okay. This is a weird like B movie franchise though. But yeah, Kate Beckinsale bad as fuck.
Oh yeah,
that's not wrong.
Yeah, there is no lies there.
Michael Sheen, I fuck with Michael Sheen, but I'm not like, yo, I need to rewatch that Underworld trilogy. Like,
yeah,
Leo used to be on like sci-fi.
We can't throw Underworld in there because then we'll have to throw in Resident Evil, and then we're just going down. Yeah, exactly.
Eon Flux. Nah, we ain't going there. We ain't going there.
I mean,
All
yeah,
right,
no.
that's it, right? That's
That's
all.
that, baby. That's 3. Yep.
Cool. I don't know. So let's jump straight into some Hollywood. Man, the biggest news right now is the Fantastic Four trailer dropped. Man, today we got at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They dropped the Fantastic Four trailer. I fucked with it. I really enjoyed it. I've heard some kickback from a few folks.
Clamoring.
Not too bad. Just kind of going with the. Just trying to pick something, like trying to pick it apart. Like people have been doing it, like the little things. But why don't we just let me see? I'm gonna cue it up.
Yeah, let's peep it and then we'll go in.
Yeah, I'm gonna cue it up. Let's rewatch it because I wanna know what y'all feel like. Because I'm excited. Let's see. All right, let's do it.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what?
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic.
Cooking.
Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip. Okay?
T-5. Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Yeah, man. I got excited for this trailer. Very excited. I think it looks dope. I think everything looks nice and clean.
They look very clean.
Very clean. I'm really digging it. What was it? What do you think about? There's this one scene where he's flying to where Johnny Storm goes off and they slowed it down. Yeah, I guess we don't have to rewatch it, but they slowed it down and they said that they showed that the glare off of the flames, like you can see the fucking particles and shit on the camera.
Yeah.
Like it's small details like that.
Damn.
That's cool.
Particles and the the fingerprints and shit like on the camera as he did that. I didn't notice it the first time around, but what do y'all think about Pedro Pascal's accent?
I was just thinking about that.
I didn't notice that this morning, but I was just listening.
I feel like having just watched Gladiator 2, I feel like he's gonna do like he did in that movie, in that it kind of like flows between his real accent and this accent he's trying to
mimic.
I didn't want to say mimic.
I know.
Like a shot.
Yeah,
but
it does.
the accent he's trying.
We love Pedro though.
Yeah, I do 100%. But in like I remember before watching Gladiator 2, wifey didn't even want to watch it because she was like, I don't want to watch this movie with Pedro Pascal trying to sound like an American. And I was like, I don't think he's trying to sound American. Like
savage, dog. She said that about Pedro Pascal.
She really did. And
that's wild.
And I was like, I don't think that's the accent he's going for, but it's definitely not his natural accent. And then I watched the whole movie, and there's times where he had like the sound that he had in the trailers, and there's other times where he kind of sounded a little bit more like himself. And
Seems like he's trying to have like a 1960s.
It's like, yeah, almost like that oceanic transatlantic accent. You see?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's.
I mean, I feel like
kind of-
that's the vibe for the whole movie, no?
It is, but
It's like a futuristic 60s.
I mean, my question with that is like, it may do well for this movie, but when they get out of that realm, because that's my assumption is that they'll be out of that realm, is he forever going to sound like a 1960s fucking, you know what I mean?
He'll sound like Joel.
Probably.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm not knocking it at all.
You one of these nitpickers, dog? I thought you were feeling this.
I am feeling it. I'm
Sounds like you're not.
There's two things that I will say. Overall, positive. I'm excited. I'm happy. Awesome. I wouldn't say that I'm like, this is fucking amazing. I cannot wait to watch this. I'm like, this is good. I'm excited that Marvel is doing a solid movie and not some crazy over the top wild shit, which is what I was most concerned with.
Well, they knew that Fantastic Four of all of the movies, Fantastic Four has to be done right, because we haven't gotten a decent Fantastic Four since the first one back in early 2000s, and then the last one bombed so much, that you just can't say, hey, yeah, well, we're gonna do it right this time, just a few years later, right? Because it was what, 2018, something like that.
The last one, I think it was like 16.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it was
maybe
at least 16, 15.
Okay, all right.
It felt
maybe
older.
14 or 16.
15. Wow,
15.
Right in the middle.
10 years ago.
Okay.
Didn't realize it was that long.
But so the two things that I'm not, or at least gives me a little concern. One, it seems like even though we're not really seeing the start of like the origin story of Fantastic Four, we will see flashbacks that go to the origin story.
Sure.
And we will still deal with, which maybe it's a core part of Fantastic Four, I don't know, but for me, I think it's The Rock dealing with, or not The Rock, The Thing dealing with, his face disfiguration and, I'm not the same pretty boy that I used. Like that shot where they showed him looking at the television of himself, and then he's kind of got like the hat, and he looks like disdained, like, oh yeah, that's not me anymore. I'm not the pretty boy I used to be. Like, I don't want to see that bullshit as like the somber woe is me bullshit from The Thing. Like, but maybe that's the only thing The Thing has going for his like character arc. So that is that could be what it is. The other thing that gives me pause is they showed everybody's power except for Mr. Fantastic, and I don't know what that means. Have they not done a good job of it? Do they not know how to do it? Or does Mr. Fantastic not have super stretchy abilities like we've always known him to have? They didn't even reference it when they were talking about everyone's power. They didn't even say, and you stretch, or whatever the fuck they want to call it. I just question it. I don't know what that means. It could mean nothing. But it
could mean we just got a trailer, dog, like a teaser. They're not
it's a
trying to
teaser.
drop
It is
all
a
that,
teaser.
son. They're trying to drop all that in there. We didn't see Silver Surfer. Where's Julia Garner at, son?
They did not show Silver Surfer,
is
but I'm cool with
Silver
that.
Surfer.
Don't show me Silver Surfer, because they showed Galactus, and also Galactus looks really small. Hopefully he changes in size or something like that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the.
Yeah, it has to be, because you can't eat worlds at the size that he's at.
Right.
But those are the two main things for me. Is like, one, I don't know if I want to have 20% of the movie dedicated to The Thing's feelings.
I don't think that's going to happen, because that was one of the premises from the older movies, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to see it again.
But that's why in this one they already bypassed the whole origin, like how that happened. Like, yeah, they're referencing it and everything, but I think they're already celebrities. They're already doing it. I think he's already dealt with it. It's always going to linger. It's always going to be like an inner turmoil for him.
Right.
And I think it's not going to be like a thing where we're just going to be.
As long as they don't spend more than like 6 minutes on it, I'll be good. I'll give them 6 whole minutes of dialogue on that.
I have the
That's a
stopwatch
lot of
out.
movie time. That's
Yeah,
a lot of. I mean,
that is.
throughout the whole movie, not
6
in
pages.
one scene. Like,
yeah.
that's a lot of movie time to dedicate to the thing's feelings.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Man
I'll
up,
give him
bro.
that.
Man up.
That's on Johnny's watch.
Yeah.
On Johnny's watch.
But I
But
do
we'll
like
see
I do think
what
they got
the-
his look down.
Everyone else's powers look dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby looked dope too. My God.
Yeah,
no.
she's just fine. Yeah, and they knocked it out of the park with his look. So
The thing.
he looks
Yeah.
he looks
Official.
word. At first I was a part of the group of folks that were like, huh.
Hating?
No, on his voice. Where I felt like maybe they could have made it a little, rough. But but that's just something that didn't really throw me off like, oh, this is some bullshit. It was more along the lines of, oh, I didn't expect him to sound exactly like himself. You know what I mean? But it was just that thing that popped up, and I was like, okay, well, I'll get past that. Doesn't matter. But anyway, excited. I'm excited for that. I can't wait.
For sure. That'll be my next theater movie, probably. I can't think of anything else that I'll see before that.
Oh,
anyway, isn't that coming
You're
out?
not gonna go see Papa Doc?
Probably not. No.
no, I didn't assume he was going to go watch that. But
I wouldn't have watched for Chris Evans either. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, you wow.
Nah, I would probably go for Chris Evans. Yeah, I'll go for Chris
Yeah, I was
Evans.
gonna say, oh, you wow.
But in like a non-racial way,
Thunderbolts?
son.
Not even Thunderbolts.
Probably not.
Racial
Probably
way.
not.
You had to throw
Florence
that in there.
Pugh?
I mean,
They both look good, man. Both of these movies look solid.
I'll peep them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not waiting
Just
for
don't
like a
wait for it.
TNT drop, but once they hit the Plex, son, I'm fucking them. And these days, that's like 3 weeks. I'll be good. I'll be
He
good.
said
I
a
can wait.
TNT drop.
Not like fucking the fucking Craven movie and shit.
You're not waiting for the Tubi?
Nah.
The Tubi
Too
release?
much. I'm not even gonna make a Tubi account.
Well, since we were talking about theaters, and how Dave does not like going to the theater, but
Oh.
I figure this is a pretty good segue. So there's a lawmaker who submitted a bill
Uh-oh.
to.
I thought we weren't doing politics.
We're not.
Trump appoint him.
This is no. This is a lawmaker in Connecticut submitted a bill wanting to force movie theaters to require actual start times for movies.
So like after the previews, all that bullshit. Like I want to
When is
know
this
what
shit
fucking
starting?
time this
Yeah.
starts.
So
That's dope.
possibly taking away trailers and shit like that in general, or just saying like, hey, trailer start at this time, movie actually starts at this time.
Some people really do fuck with those trailers. Like I watch them because they're on and I'm there. But if somebody gave me a time when the movie started, I know my ass would be there a couple minutes
At the
before
movie
that.
start time. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
torn.
not opposed to that. I think it's a waste of government time to make a law about that.
Sure.
Someone probably really pissed him off with the
Yeah.
He must have sat. He must have fucking had some crazy ass shit with his kids that drove him insane to get there on time, and then he got there and there was 30 minutes of trailers, and he was like, "Fuck this bullshit."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's retarded to have a freaking law about that. I think that's just stupid.
I'm torn on it. I'm torn on it. While
Apparently we can say retarded now, so
Good to know. Good to know. It's back. All right. Cool.
Dang. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm kind of torn on it because I don't mind it. I'm right there with you. I really don't mind trailer. If you could do away with commercials, I would be on board with that shit.
Yeah.
Now we have to do the trailers and commercials in theaters.
Mhm.
They could fuck off with that.
I'm actually,
so
go ahead.
I was gonna say I enjoy watching the trailers, and I promise you that if they do that and they force you to, if they force them to actually put the start time, there are gonna be a lot of angry motherfuckers because they got there just in time and the line for the popcorn just took way too long and they were getting their concessions but the movie started. Like, you gotta take all of that into consideration. Like and those people will then start.
Yeah, they'll be late for the start time, the actual movie start time. Too. It's just pushing that back.
Yeah.
I as a chronically late person to almost everything, I appreciate the 30-minute buffer.
Yeah.
It's like I'm always shooting to get there at the 7:05 start time. But at least I know that it's really not starting till 7:25 or 7:35 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's okay. Like in my mind this whole time, because it's on my calendar as a 7:05 start. So like I'm like, this whole time I'm shooting there to get there to the 7:05, but just because I'm chronically late to everything, things get in the way, things will slow me down, and I'm probably not going to actually show up till 7:15. But on the drive there, especially because the movie theater I go to is 40 minutes away, so on the drive there, I'm like, I'll be okay. I'll still make it. Like I'm gonna get there. I pre-order my popcorn and shit. So it's like by the time I get there, I just gotta grab my shit, put the butter on there, make my way to my seat, and I'll make it in time. And that's worked out for me in the last 5 or 6 years.
I don't know how people like you function. I really don't. Because my fiance is the same exact way, bro. And I have to taper my expectations on, like, and I need to know, like, I just need to tell myself, like, yo, like, don't get like upset about it because this is gonna happen. She's like, oh, what time does it start? In 20 minutes, and it takes 20 minutes to get
20 minutes to get there.
Like, you know what I mean? And it happens every single time.
Is this specifically with going to the movies or just going anywhere?
Anywhere. She when it comes to the movies, now she knows that I'm the opposite. I'm that person. I want to fucking get, unless it's like a family birthday party or some shit like that, where you could be a little late, like whatever. She's more like, for family birthday parties, she's more like, oh, we can go an hour late or something, I know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, why go? At that point, it's like, yeah, let's not go at all. You clearly don't want to go.
His head, like, an hour late to a family birthday party, that's normal. Like, I understand.
That sounds pretty standard to me. I would never show up to a birthday party on time. You think I'm going to be
never
the first
on time,
person
but
there?
An hour is wild.
Yeah,
15 minutes, 20 minutes,
sure, maybe at the most.
An hour is
At
probably
the
too
most.
much. Half hour,
Hour's too
35
much.
minutes is probably my
half
safe
hour
zone.
tops.
Yeah. Half hour tops.
How is Joyce with being
I'm good
late
with
to
that.
stuff?
Um,
Did you rub off on her?
No, I mean, I think she has this like just like the typical like girl shit that throws her off. Of course.
Gotcha. So she enables you. You guys enable each other, is what I'm hearing.
maybe, but it ends up
Okay.
being weird to say me pushing her to get places on time.
Wow. So y'all must be
'Cause
real late.
I'm very aware of things of running late. I'm very, very aware.
That's even
that,
worse.
like,
You're cognizant of it.
I'm not trying to get there late. Like, I know that something starts at 6 o'clock, right? But I think ahead of time that I'm strategic enough to get there exactly at 6 o'clock if I leave by this specific time, right? I do the mapping. It tells me I need to leave at this time, and I add an extra 5 minutes because I know that. But the problem is, like I said earlier, shit happens. Shit pops up. I either get distracted, somebody calls me, somebody texts me, some other thing happens, things happen with kids. And so my 5-minute buffer is never enough. I should probably add like a 20-minute buffer in front of that instead of the 5. And so
that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I need to that something happens because it's inevitable. Like, so the worst case scenario is I show up to somewhere a little early, and I gotta just chill in the car and like play a game.
Play on your phone. Play on your phone. You fuck around on your phone.
But I would much rather that than to have the anxiety of fuck, like I'm gonna be late. I'm fucking, that shit hurts my chest. Thinking, and now I'm driving in traffic, angry.
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping in my fucking way, and I was supposed to be there like 2 minutes ago or some stupid
the
shit.
meme of that arm gripping the steering wheel where it's all fucking veiny and shit. That's locked in heated because he late.
Yeah, like today it happened today. But that was the thing, right? Like we had to take my girl, we take the kids to karate, and she has her cousin's kids that she also takes to karate. She's like, yo, come over. I'm gonna feed them, and then we're gonna go straight from there. So I get there, she forgot the karate, their gis. So I went home on my way to work to pick those up, show up here, right? And we have to be there. It starts at 6 o'clock. I pull up to that house at 5:40. She's plating the food.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
That would get me tight.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like
that would get me tight.
So and I'm just like, whatever, yo. Like I just gotta tell myself, like, yo, like just don't, don't. Like it doesn't even matter.
Like, I guess we're not going then, huh?
Yeah, there's like 10 minutes left of class when you show up.
Yeah. So by the time, and then kids, they don't fucking.
No, they dilly-dally, bro. They fucking don't put their shoes on, or they're on the wrong feet, or they're just like, fuck you, I'm not going to do that, because kids are dick.
Well, and then when they eat, they don't really fucking eat. They're sitting there, they're fucking around, they're talking with each other.
Yeah.
I
just want to bonk their fucking heads together, bro. I can't handle that shit, son. I can't be a dad, dog. I don't have it in me. I physically would get upset and ill. It would make me ill.
And I was trying not to do that. So I'm just like, all right, well, yeah, I'm just like, all right, well, kids, like, make sure to eat because we're leaving soon. And none of them have, none of them are dressed.
Their gis on.
Yeah, none of them, nothing.
That's a fucking 20-minute project right there. Getting little kids with their fucking all the bullshit you got to tie and shit on those things.
Luckily, we still. I was flying. By the time we got into the car, it was like 6:55. I was flying there, and I got there like at 6:05 or 5:55. I got there at 6:05.
All right.
So it was like a little after, but I was flying. That shit. My anxiety is through the roof when that shit happens. So
I just got a heart rate alert. I know what you mean, dog. I'm upset over here, son.
I'm telling you, when you pull up at the house at 5:45 and you're supposed to be there at 6, and
I would have lost it. I would have lost it right there.
Just now, like she's like, "Oh, I'm just letting it cool down so that they can eat it," and I'm just like,
Goose fraba.
Oh, so you telling me they can't even eat it yet?
No, it's gotta cool. Can we go back to the Chris Benoit? Everybody getting it. So I'm living because the karate class. I can't do it. It's not in my DNA.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So I've had to I've had a challenging my patience on that one. So
I feel you on that.
Amen.
I definitely feel you. I mean, like I said, I know. I at least I'm very aware of my shittiness.
I think that pisses me off more. It's like, I'm very aware that I'm extremely late right now, but I'm gonna leave 5 minutes before I have to be there. But I'm aware of it.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say I leave 5 minutes before I have to be there. I said I try to buffer in an extra 5 minutes ahead of the time that I'm supposed to leave to make it on time. The 5 minutes is just never
5 minutes
enough.
has been like the last 2 decades. He just hasn't bumped it up to 10 yet, but we'll get there one day. We'll give it a 10 minutes.
Eventually, I'll figure out that I need to throw in more time.
Because saying it out loud,
it's just I always think that I'm gonna be good. That's the problem. Is I have high expectations of myself.
We all do. We all do.
I think that I could figure it out this time. It literally it just happened to me earlier today when I was like telling my boy, I was like,
back at the crib by 6.
I was like telling him I was gonna meet him downstairs at 5:30. I was like, yo, we're gonna go out to this thing. We had like a little networking event or whatever. It started at 5:30. And we were both like, we don't want to get there at 5:30, right? And we're like, nah, we don't want to be the first people there. So we're like, how about we meet downstairs in the hotel lobby, like 5:30, 5:35. And then then we leave shortly after. It's about an 8-minute walk. We'll be there like 5:45, 5:50. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. What time was I actually in the lobby? 5:40, 5:45. Just because shit came up. People was texting me. I was answering emails, and by the time I look at my phone, and
my ass would have been down there at 6:20, and I would have fucked around on my phone till homeboy walked into the lobby. I'd be like, "Hey, yo,
I mean, I still beat him. He
that's
must have been waiting
up,
on me because he must have known that I was late. I was
like, I know, Johnny.
I was definitely in the lobby, and I was like, yo, I'm downstairs.
Oh, that's cool.
But I mean, again, I try, man. I really do. Every single time I try.
That's all we can ask.
You could ask for more, but
but we won't. Just try. That's all.
Don't expect more. You could ask for more. Just don't expect.
Ask for whatever you want. Your bitch ass ain't gonna get it, but you can ask for whatever you want, dog.
Word. You want that Super Nintendo for Christmas?
Ask for it. Ask Santa for it. See if it comes.
All right, so we were talking about trailers earlier. Superman, obviously, everyone's very excited about that trailer. So there's a little bit of drama ensuing right now in regards to Superman and the rights to Superman. So the estate of Joseph Schuster, who was a co-creator of Superman from the comics, they hit Warner Brothers Discovery with a lawsuit claiming that they do not have the rights to use Superman, the property of Superman in certain countries, I believe. So, and I'll read what it says here. It says Discovery doesn't have the rights to release Gunn's Superman. Why is this moving? Hold on. To release Gunn's Superman movie in countries like Canada, England, Ireland, and Australia. So yeah, they're trying to stop this movie from, or they're trying to get some bread from that.
I thought it was going to be like Russia, Uzbekistan, like just random ass places, but like those are pretty big demographics.
Yeah, huge demographics. And apparently the copyright laws are because of a specific British legal tradition where it says here, including see, I'm trying to find exactly where it says it. So it says that there's a clause in there that pretty much says that movies cannot I lost it. This shit keeps moving. I hate this. I hate the notes. application. Anyway, so pretty much in the original copyright that they got for that, this portion of it that claims that specifically, I forgot how they worded it, but any British, any places that still run like the British laws or is ruled
Like
the
a British
same way
Commonwealth or whatever.
His
Yeah, like a British
Majesty's,
Commonwealth.
yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Any countries that actually still run under that are under a very specific copyright law, and that is the one that's expired or expired recently. So this is why there is this thing with specifically these countries, and that they're
So
not.
those are
What do we
all
got to
former
pay to
British
get this taken care of?
colonies.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So a
Is there-
spokesperson for Warner Brothers Discovery obviously said, "We fundamentally disagree with the merits of this lawsuit, and we
Of
will
course.
vigorously defend our rights." So yeah, they're going to throw a bunch of money at it. They're going to make it go away.
Okay.
But that also brings up another interesting thing, because it's going to be happening again within the next 10 years. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all of them are losing the copyright.
Copyright
Yeah.
in those specific countries that you named.
No. This is in general the what's it called? The copyright
public
act.
domain?
Yeah, the public domain. There we go. That's what I meant to say.
Damn.
They're gonna be there. Yeah, that's
Oh.
coming up in the next 10 years.
Damn, it's been that long.
Mhm.
We getting old.
Is that 100 years for public
Yeah,
domain?
I think it's 100 years.
God damn.
So, yeah. But this right here, if for whatever reason, I don't see that it's really going to be a long-term thing. They could, I don't know how it would affect them if this lawsuit actually gets pushed out further and further and further, and the movie drops, and they're still not legally allowed to drop in these places until this lawsuit is, finalized.
Yeah.
Johnny, do you happen to know if that's the case, or would they be able to drop it? And then if they determine that these people actually have a legit lawsuit on their hands, or they win that lawsuit, I should say, and it gets pulled.
The only thing that would prevent them from releasing it in those countries would be if they lost the lawsuit.
Yeah. Okay. So they could still,
if the lawsuit is
for 2
pending
years.
or whatever, they could just release it and then suffer the consequences after.
Sure.
If there are.
Or they could, play the safe game and say, we're not going to until we win the lawsuit in those countries, or try to find some sort of loophole. I'm sure they have lawyers working on this round the clock right now.
They gotta.
That's interesting though, that more than likely, I think it's going to be what you said. They're just going to throw money at the problem and make it go away. Because
some palms.
I don't know if it hasn't been over 100 years and the copyright has expired. Does that mean that? And is it a copyright thing, or is it like a distribution rights thing? Like, does the copyright fall back? Because I'm assuming if it's the family of this person that was a co-creator of the creator of the character, then I'm assuming that what they're saying is the copyright has fallen back to us, similar to like the James Bond franchise and the shit that they're dealing with the family of Ian Fleming. And so if it's a similar thing where the copyright has fallen back to the family, and the family says, oh, we need to renegotiate for distribution within these companies, then that's a thing they could just throw money at. But if it's the other thing that you're saying, that the copyright is going to expire and thus put those characters into public domain in those countries, then that could be a whole different other problem that I don't know. You can't throw. I don't know that you could throw money at that issue. But if it's the former, then they'll definitely just throw money at that family and be like, yo, like, let us rock and
chill out, cool out.
Get 1% of these ticket sales. That
Yeah,
they'll never
some sort of back end.
Yeah, so here's what it says. It
and
says
then they won't actually get paid out because they'll change the game of how shit gets fucking paid out. I was reading some shit about how like authors get really dicked out of payouts in those type of back end deals because they're not fucking like they change what counts as like a fucking a sale or a distribution or some shit like that. That's one of the reasons that Scarlett Johansson ended up suing over Black Widow is because she was getting dicked out because
they didn't release it in theater, right? It went streaming.
It was because they didn't release it in theater and went streaming, but also because Disney was trying to change what counted as like a distribution or something like that based on like
well,
the
no, she was supposed to get a percentage. She took a pay cut to take a percentage of the theater sales, and then they decided that they're not dropping it in theaters; they're releasing it on video on demand.
Right, but they made some sort of concession to her based on since we're not dropping it in theaters, then we'll do something to make you whole, but whatever the thing that it was to make her whole, like it wasn't gonna line up properly because man, I'm trying to remember what the fuck that article was, but they do there was some real sneaky shit that these movie studios do to make it like they jack up. It's something about like the production costs, like they jack up the price of shit in production so that you can't get paid out because it wasn't profitable according to that metric.
Yeah.
Whatever the metric it is that they use to pay you out is like, well, we have to at least make this amount of money before it becomes profitable for the studio and then you get paid out. But what they end up doing is shit like, oh, this CGI studio actually cost us $30 million when it really only cost them $10 million or some shit.
Right.
Do some Hollywood accounting, I think
Hollywood accounting,
where they'll fucking do some shit and fuck up the numbers so that you don't end up like there's a bunch of like in this article I was watching, I think it was an article or a YouTube video, there's like a lot of authors of some like big budget fucking movies that we thought were getting like some major payouts based off of like the box office numbers. And some of them got $0, like, or there's like in the middle of a lawsuit trying to get paid out from these movie studios because of this Hollywood accounting or whatever.
Fuck.
That's interesting shit. So I feel bad for him, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully that none of this hinders
whatever it does. Yeah, don't stop the movie from coming out.
Word.
We all want to see Superman.
Yes, we do.
And we're way too close for that shit. Let's see. So lastly, speaking of superheroes again, lastly I have the MCU came out, Marvel Studios came out and said that Marvel Studios Daredevil, an executive producer tied to the show, came out and said that Born Again, their new series, is going to avoid the Netflix over-reliance on dialogue. So the series before really relied heavily on dialogue. It had a ton of dialogue in there. They're saying that they're going to bypass all that.
Like the we're talking about like the expositional dialogue that talks to you like you're stupid, right? Not just dialogue in particular.
Oh, for sure. It just says the over reliance on dialogue is what.
Gotcha. And that's what they mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
because Netflix is notorious.
It was just dialogue heavy.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of episodes in the Netflix shows that were like not enough action.
Like
And you get,
specifically
like,
Daredevil, or are we talking like Jessica Jones and shit too? Like all
all
these?
of them,
Yeah.
All of it. But yeah,
all
Daredevil
of
did
them,
too.
but specifically Daredevil 2. Like there was not Daredevil 2, but
Daredevil
Daredevil
also.
also.
Yeah.
In that there's a, I mean, you're talking about in all of these series, but also in Daredevil, 12 episodes per season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a lot.
Plus, some of them I think might have been 14 episodes.
Yeah,
It's
there was a
just
lot of filler episodes
a
in there.
lot of filler dialogue
Yeah.
that didn't necessarily drive the story fully forward, just maybe further develop the character in
Mhm.
ways that were unnecessary to drive the whole arc of the storyline for that season.
Mhm.
That's how I interpreted this news, is that it's, you know, that extra unnecessary dialogue that makes you feel sorry about Foggy losing his cat or some shit. Like
Yeah.
that's
Or
completely
Mrs.
unimportant.
Cardenas, he's helping that little Spanish lady. That was like a big plot
Like,
point for it. Yeah.
This is an unnecessary, uninteresting plot point.
Yeah.
And that was the quote that actually the guy said, I just didn't want to hear characters carousing about their lives or their lot in life, like just randomly doing regular shit.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you just mentioned.
Yep.
Now, yeah, it was 13 episodes on
13. Goddamn.
13 episodes
Per season?
per season on the Netflix one.
That's easily, you could have short that to 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which
easily
the new-
5 episodes of filler.
Which
Yeah.
the new Daredevil Born Again is 9 episodes for each season. They're already listing. Yeah, they're already listing 2 seasons on this, and both of them state 9 episodes. So,
Yeah, let's go.
and
That's my
trailer-
number one complaint about about
that
the
trailer
Netflix
looks
Daredevil.
brutal, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No talking, just ass whoopings for everyone. You get one, you get one.
You see when he like broke that dude's legs, like just
Yeah.
Oh, that shit makes me cringe every time.
I know you don't like broken bones. You're not
I
a
don't
broken
like that
bone
shit,
guy.
no.
I get it.
It's rough. It's a rough feel for me. Yeah. I mean that's all I got. I figured we can keep this one a tight 90-ish.
Tight 90-ish.
That's all I really had for the week, unless y'all have something that's really important that y'all got to do, that y'all got to talk about this week.
I got no important Hollywood, but I have been fucking with a couple things. If we can bang some of those out.
Sure. And then next week, I know we talked about it. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but next week we can recap how we felt about Silo
and Severance if you're caught
Oh,
up.
word.
Severance. Yeah.
So,
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Those I watched those two episodes on Disney Plus, dude, and they had me right off the bat, dog. Like first 5 minutes, I was like, oh shit, all right, this is legit. Like I don't watch too much animated stuff, but like after X-Men 97, I feel like I've been itching for a lot of that old style shit that we've been watching. And though Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man didn't give me those exact vibes, it was kind of in between. I put it in between X-Men 97 and like Invincible. It felt sort of like they were doing this hybrid type animation style. And I really thought it was a good time. OJ docuseries on Netflix just dropped not too long ago. 4-parter, Johnny. Episode too long for you, but if you're on the plane or something, there was some shit that I did learn that I didn't realize about the OJ trial, and I thought that was really really well done. And then, do you guys remember Lisa Frank?
Yeah,
the folders and pencils and binders, the ponies and unicorns and shit. There's a docu-series on Amazon about Lisa Frank and this company. And I know it doesn't sound crazy interesting, but there was some wild, fucked up crazy shit going on at this company that made like innocent little folders and stickers and pretty shit for little girls. And this is on Amazon. I forget what it was called. I wish I had the name of it. I should have thought about it. I didn't write it down. But it was something and greed. The Lisa Frank story. And I only heard about it from like an Instagram video that Ash sent me of some girl talking about it. Came out last month, I think, on Amazon. Few 40-minute episodes, very, very watchable and super interesting just because I remember that shit.
And greed.
Glitter and Greed. Thank you. The Lisa Frank story. Really well done so far. Still got a couple episodes left, but it was really good. Really interesting behind the scenes type shit of something that you just thought was, you know.
There was a lot of fucked up shit in the 90s.
There was, dude. The 90s were wild.
I never realized there was a brand name behind this stuff. Like I'm looking at the images of these folders and stuff that you're talking about, and I never realized they were all belong to the same.
Oh yeah, Lisa Frank.
It was like a cult.
Never heard that name.
It was a cult. Before.
Well, my sister loved it. She couldn't get enough of this shit, and that's why I know the name.
Yeah. I didn't have
every chick in my class.
Right.
Was obsessed.
Definitely, I saw it on girls' shit, but I never realized there was a name attached to it. That's dope. That's interesting. I might be interested in that.
With.
I think I'm fucking with anything that I haven't mentioned already besides American Primeval I mentioned.
Oh, American Primeval.
Yes, but I haven't.
You haven't watched the most recent episode of the Pit?
Yeah, this last week has been tough because wifey was out of town, so I barely got to watch anything. Oh, you know what I did see? Not a TV show. I saw Nosferatu.
Oh,
finally got around to
how was
watching
that?
Nosferatu. It was pretty good.
Bill Skarsgård?
Very well made, very well filmed, good cinematography.
Was a prosthetic necessary? That's the question we all want to know.
Not really. I don't think so. I mean, I guess it would have been weird if he had no. Actually, if he would have had no dick at that point when he stood up.
My point is, why do they have to? Why did they need full frontal nudity on him in general?
I mean, was that in the original Nosferatu? Did you see his dick in that movie?
I have no idea. I doubt it. I mean, he stands up and he's facing the camera. He like basically jumps up out of his casket, right? Like he's dead, the coffin, whatever, right? So he's like sleeping, and then he like rises up real quick, and he scares everyone because everyone thinks he's asleep or dead or whatever. He's just like rah, he jumps up real quick. Does he need to be naked? No. Does he need to be facing the camera? Probably not. Does his dick need the show? Definitely not. It probably would have been weird if he didn't have a dick, but then again, who was looking at that? I think if anything, it made you look at his dick because holy shit, there's a dead dick there.
I mean, you see a dick, you're gonna look at it regardless. I don't care if you're into that shit or not. You're gonna look at a dick. I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
I'm not a dick gazer or anything.
No, ball gazer, nothing.
But it wasn't like even like a dramatic penis or anything. It was just like a standard, like.
How many inches?
Not
would
even
you say?
like. Maybe like 4. Like.
Oh, you were just thinking about a dick. That was gay as hell, huh?
Yeah, it was mad gay.
No. 4 inches? Damn, they could. He doesn't have a 4-inch dick that he could have flopped out. What the fuck is Bill Skarsgård packing in his bitch? That's what I wonder.
That was Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah, he played Nosferatu.
That's Pennywise's dick you saw.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I feel like we're more apt to see Pennywise's dick than Nosferatu, right? I feel like he would whip it out way before the vampire, bro. But I mean,
I would say that for me, the story was kind of lame. It wasn't the greatest story. It was fine. I didn't necessarily follow all of it. Also, I was kind of like, I don't understand why some of this is happening. However,
it's like watching a Nolan
movie.
movie.
If you ever watch it, I saw a good meme that basically said you can describe the movie in 7 words, and it's the wife saying, "I want to have sex," and the husband saying, "I need to sell real estate." And that's
Okay.
Okay.
if you watch it, you'll understand the vibe.
That joke will hit. That shit'll be funny as a motherfucker if you watch
I won't even
Nosferatu.
say it's funny, but it's like, oh, that makes sense. That's
Now I gotta watch it to make that joke make sense.
the whole point of the movie. I want to
Okay.
fuck, but I need to sell real estate.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, it was the filming though was great. Like cinematography, it should win any awards if it's up for it.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe fucked. He great character.
Yeah, he was fucking
did his
too?
thing. Not actually fucking, but
Dix
you know,
was out.
his dicks was not out.
Okay.
Thank God.
Plural.
And yeah, it was enjoyable. At the end of the movie, I was kind of tired of watching it, and I was kind of like, all right, like let's just get to the end. I'm also not into horror movies, so it was like,
Fair.
I hope they're not going to try to do like some more jump scares at the end of the movie or anything. Like I'm done with this. I got the vibe already. I understood this is a good movie. I get the vibe. Can we just get to what the resolution is? So probably like the last 15, 20 minutes, I started just like skipping through, and I was like, all right, what's happening now? All right, let's keep going. All right, what's going on? All right. Then we get to the end. All right, when do they kill the guy? Because I'm sure they're gonna kill him, right? Like they gotta kill him or something, right? This is the vampire movie. You gotta kill him, right? And I just kept fast forwarding until I got to the final scene, and then it was over.
Doesn't sound fantastic.
Yeah, you've heard it.
My man had to fast forward through the end of it.
That's me though. Like I said, I don't like scary movies, so it was like, all right, I'm just kind of tired of dealing with the anxiety of trying to get to the end of the movie. I didn't want that anxious feeling anymore, so I skipped to the end. But it was a well-made movie.
Okay,
100%. That's probably the only thing I think I fucked with.
All right. Well, you heard Johnny. Go watch Bram Stoker's
Bram Stoker.
No, you know that's they didn't have the rights to Bram Stoker's Dracula back then, so they rewrote it and changed the name and made Nosferatu because they didn't have the rights for that.
So I saw that at the end of the movie that it said it was based on 2 previous works. Like it said based on the previous works of, and then it said Nosferatu and Bram Stoker's Dracula. And I was like, this shit doesn't remind me anything about Bram Stoker's Dracula. How the fuck is this based on Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah, it was completely rewritten. It was completely rewritten to to pretty much copy as much as possible, but completely, they just changed the story. But it was originally based on Dracula.
Yeah,
they just didn't have the rights to make that film, so they wrote and
made a total different one.
Yeah. So
the other thing that I'll say, and this is a personal pet peeve, apparently it takes place like in like a Germany or Austria type area.
Transylvania, right?
Well, they travel to Transylvania, but the like they travel there, but where they're like mainly situated, they don't say where it is. At least, well, they gave it a name, but it also sounded like a German name. It was like Wissenberg or something like that. And everyone's name was like German, like
this is Heinrich and Choose.
It was a lot of hairs,
Hair and Fraus, a lot of Fraus.
And Fraus, yeah.
Fraus.
And I'm like, why does everyone have a British accent though?
Yeah.
I'm very confused why there's absolutely 0 German accents here, except for Nosferatu. He's the only one with the Slavic Germanic accent. And everyone else has a British accent and sounds like the most, and not just British, like the most proper, like uppity British, like because ATJ I think is in it, right?
Aaron Taylor Johnson, is he?
I think that's him.
No, it's not Aaron Taylor Johnson. Well, is it? I don't know if he's.
There's like a not the main character, but like his best friend, and he's got like the whoever it is. I thought it is Aaron Taylor Johnson, right? He's got like the most uppity British accent in this thing.
Damn.
And I'm really trying to figure out this whole time, like, why do they keep calling them hairs if they're all like British rich aristocrats? Like that part also threw me off. But that's
it's like a Chernobyl thing where everyone had
Yeah.
British accents in fucking Russia.
Exactly. I had to halfway through. I just gave up.
It's fair.
You know where they have those a lot of. It's very strange where they have a lot of those accents at the Denver airport. No.
In the Baja.
In the Baja.
Fish tacos.
Let's see. I've been fucking with the same things. Just getting through Resident Alien just because I'm enjoying it. It's not the greatest show ever, but it's funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's fun.
Watch
it's
what you want, dog.
ridiculous. And Paradise. I'm about 4 episodes in on Paradise, and it's very interesting because I saw the trailer and I thought I had an idea as to what this show is about, and had no idea what the fuck this show was about. Which is it's very interesting. So just to give you a quick synopsis on this, the world there was an event that killed off humanity, and they had this underground bunker that was made because they were tipped off that this event was going to happen. And so where they live in is this paradise. Everyone else died, but they created a full civilization in this. Like you go there and it's underground, but it feels like there's an artificial sun. It's not like a silo-esque. It's like full on, but it's all underground. And the president gets murked. The president of this place gets murked, and that's the whole conspiracy, is trying to figure out, 1, who killed the president, 2, the dude who was in charge of watching, taking care of the president. He's just like looking at things like, there's something not adding up. And that's who you're following this entire time. So it's very interesting. And I can't wait to see how it all just unravels. But from the trailer, I did not even gather that this was like a post-apocalyptic thing, because you don't deal with anything that has to do with people wanting to go to the outside of this place. You're
right. They're chill.
You don't even like, you just, there's a bunch of flashbacks to when they were on the outside, but there's like sunlight and there's like a neighborhood.
Yeah. So you don't really question it.
You don't really question it until they reference it and you go, oh, that's right. Like they're living in this man-made, like, bunker the size of fucking, a small fucking state or city or some shit.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's mad dope. I really enjoy it. It's on Hulu.
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the only real thing that I'm fucking with. Okay. Yeah. Hulu hoo. But that's all I have. Y'all don't have anything else to add to this conversation?
Nah, except fuck the Chiefs and fuck the Eagles, and hopefully
the Super
this is
Bowl.
still enjoyable Super Bowl, but fuck both.
Just
of those
gamble.
teams.
Just gamble. Make
Just
it fun.
gamble and
That's
make
all you
money.
could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, especially now is that time when Swerve gets real annoying.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, Guys, thank you for tuning into this week's episode. If you made it this far, you fuck with us. So thank you, Leo. Remember to rate, review, subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you are listening or viewing. Yeah, and if you are listening to this podcast and would like to join us live, just remember that we are generally streaming this on Tuesday nights on either YouTube or Twitch. We like to start around 9:30ish, but we deal a lot with ambiguity, so might start. You might want to hit that subscribe button and then get the notification on when we go live, so you can join us. All right. Other than that, we love you. Peace. Catch you next week.
Peace.
Peace out, Leo.
Peace, hoes.
Yeah, so the only episode titles that I have are Mad Hatin' and Hollywood Accounting.
Ooh, I had Hollywood Accounting too. Good one, good
Me
one.
too.
I also had Cows, Guns, and Racism. And Retard is back. Those were my 3 gems that I plucked from that episode.
I'll also throw in there Bram Strokers.
Ooh, Bram Stokers, another good one. Hollywood Accounting, then.
Yeah, I like Hollywood Accounting.
Okay. We all had it, right?
What the hell was it that you said?
Which one?
The racism one?
Cows, Guns, and Racism. That's how Johnny described Texas.
Are you talking, Johnny? Because I don't hear shit. Nope, nothing.
Did your mic come unplugged? Are you a retard? Yep. I can't hear you. I don't know.
No, can't hear you.
Nothing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end the stream. We
He's
can
back.
stop recording.
This shit is
Got
muted
nothing.
over here.
Hey, there we go. There was a mute button. My man.
All right. But y'all heard me all the way up until the end, right?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. House
Hollywood
Guns and Racism was hilarious.
House Guns and
But
Racism.
Hollywood Accounting is the one we all had.
It is. It's the gem. It's the gem.
All right. So I'm gonna end the stream.
All right.
Peace stream.